Naomi, hold on. You're running 7th, Gareth. Well done. Hello, welcome to episode 4 then of Cookies Rambles. So this week you'll notice I'm not running on my run. I'm out walking instead with the beautiful Naomi. I'll spin the camera around and you'll be able to see her, look, when it eventually. She's there, look. So, and we got little Best Chogi out on us as walk as well. So we're at Cannon Hall. I've done my 20-mile run for the day. I didn't want to take the camera out whilst I was running or come back and pick it up just to film the last couple of miles of my run. So I've done it on a walk instead this afternoon. This week then is just going to be a little bit of a training review, training recap, and I'll keep it short and sweet. So kicked off the week and I've been at St George's Park on Monday and Tuesday with work. So Monday morning ended up being quite an early start. Got up. Bessie's just got off the lead, so this could be carnage. Got up, went for a run quite early on, and then it was getting quite cold towards the beginning of the week as well. So went down to St George's Park to do like a conference for a couple of days, which is in Burton upon Trent. Down there doing the conference went all good, and St George's Park itself is in the middle of nowhere, so I had to drive into Burton on Monday night to go and do my run, just to feel a bit safer instead of running on the country lanes, which I have done before, but it's a bit sketchy, and when it gets a bit colder and all that sort of stuff, didn't really want to be doing it. So drove into Burton, ran past the Marmite factory, smelled gorgeous, but I don't really like Marmite. And then that was 9 mile, boxed off, did 16 mile on Monday, and then Tuesday morning woke up and I actually did a treadmill run this week. So went into the gym at St George's Park. There were 3 Techno Gym treadmills with the normal belts set up, and then there's like a Techno Gym treadmill. It's about a 20 grand treadmill with them slats on it like a woodway. So I did want to go on that, but there were another guy on it, so ended up on the normal ones, which I'm not going to grumble at. So I did my 8 miler on the morning, watching BBC Breakfast, and then that was that. The treadmill calibration obviously always gets it wrong, so it was 8.5 mile on the treadmill screen, but about 8.15 on my watch. But we're not going to grumble. We still know what counts towards us. And then came back from St George's after a couple of days. So Tuesday evening, it was back to the speed sessions. It was absolutely freezing, and this week on the cards were a hill session. Naomi didn't want to come this week. No, I slept. So she slept instead. Well, when we went to go into the speed session, so I went and picked Ruby up. Kai's still a little bit niggly. Picked Ruby up, went and through to Woolly Grange, which is a floodlit hill that's about a mile long near where we live. Couple of mile warm up, and then the speed session this week were 3 sets of 3 times 1 minute, 1 3 minutes, and then jog recovery back down the hills in between. And then it were 3 sets of that, so we ended up doing like 9 times 1 minute and 3 times 3 minutes. But yeah, decent session, felt quite good. Was icy, but wrapped up. I don't think many of us took his layers off all the way through the session. Scott did it in his hat, gloves, and his winter jacket all the way through. Might just call him Nesh. But yeah, decent session done. Naomi's, I don't know if she's trying to pose here or what, but she, yeah. She's Bessie's apparently the star of the show. So apparently she's going to slip. Naomi just wants to abuse the dog now.
She's running off the ball. She's not playing. Bessie, get your ball.
Anyway, we're digressing. And then Wednesday, so legs felt quite heavy. Naomi's just walked into a tree. Legs felt quite heavy, but felt alright. Got up, went and did my normal mileage. And got through the motions. Quite an easy run day Wednesday, which not going to grumble. Enjoyed it. It was nice, just wrap up warm. I actually did run in a pair of trousers as well Wednesday morning because I was that cold. I couldn't get warm in the house, so I ran in a pair of trousers and a pair of my long sleeve top and I didn't have a hat or gloves on. I think I've got asbestos hands. And then Thursday. Alright. Thursday, easy run in the morning again. And then Thursday night, because I'm not racing this weekend, went and did another speed session. So I went up to the new roundabout at Pogmore again that people used to hate, but now they probably all love it because it makes the traffic so much better. Went up there and tried to keep the session short and sweet. So what I did is 400 metre run, 400 metre rest, 300 metre run, 300 metre rest, 200 metre run, 200 metre rest, and then a 100 metre run and a 100 metre rest. Leave. Felt quite good. Did 2 sets of that. Bessie's just tried chasing some geese, I believe. 2 sets of that and then jogged back down home. Legs felt fresh, legs felt good. We're back. Different camera I'm using this week. So legs felt good and yeah, can't really grumble about that. Friday, split my run again into 2. So it were 2 5-mile runs this Friday that I did. My 5 mile in the morning were nice and easy. Got up, woke up a little bit late, and then went in for my 9 o'clock meeting at work. And then in the evening, it were an uphill jog to go and get spag bol at my parents' house. Bessie momentarily ran off there, so I paused the video, but I'll start again now. So now we went through to the gym. The swimming pool was shut on the Friday evening, so she ended up just going on the spin bike instead. But the plan was for me to run Bessie up to my parents. It was cold, and 5 miles not a long way really for her. She's run up to 10 mile, and she loves a Saturday morning bark run. But yeah, she had a sleepover at my parents whilst we went and did parkrun at Sheffield Castle instead this week. And we didn't want to take her out for the full day in Sheffield because it might have been a little bit too cold for her. So I ran up to my parents, did that. Bessie locked in at mile 4 to say that she'd had enough. But yeah, all in all, it was a good run. 10 mile for Friday. And then Saturday morning, went over to do Sheffield Castle parkrun, which apparently is quite hilly, but felt quite good. There were a young kid that was 14 years old that sat on my shoulder for the first lap, and it's a 3-lap parkrun. But where it was icy, decided to try and like jog it and not put as much effort in just in case I did fall over. But then where it was not icy and it was dry, that's where I decided to attack at the parkrun, and treat it as a bit of a fartlek session. But all in all, yeah, it was a good parkrun. I'd definitely like to go back and run it when it is better conditions. But yeah, I got 17:09 for the morning, and the young kid, I think he got a PB and ran 17:15, but I can't remember. He does usually do Millhouses, which is a lot flatter, and he ran quicker at Sheffield Castle than he did at Millhouses, which is surprising. Go on, Naomi.
Go on.
Well done. Well done.
You were quite close.
and then after we went into Costa in Sheffield down near where EIS is and Centertainment, went to the Costa and got a coffee, and then now we were doing the last South Yorkshire Cross Country League at Longley Park, the rearranged one. So I ran from Costa to Longley Park, which I made it about 7 mile, and ran on the trail near Meadowhall, which quite flat for the first 4 mile, and then very, very steep climb uphill to Longley Park. But all in all, it was 13 mile for the morning.
Which shoes have you put on?
Go on, Naomi. Go on, Naomi. Well done. Looking good.
Well done, Mum.
Go on, Naomi. Fast downhill bit this. Well done, well done, Vicky.
Well done, Vicky.
Well done, Vicky.
Well
Go on,
done,
Naomi.
Go on, Naomi. Well done.
Well done, Naomi. I know it's only a small hill. South Yorkshire. What do you think? It's not Beverley now, you know. From this morning.
In you come, Naomi. Third lap that way, please.
Well done, Naomi. Well done. Shall on to Sunday, so just to get some mileage in the legs, need to do a 20 mile run and get me over 100 mile for the week as well. But decided to run from our house this week. I was running on my own, so yeah, just from our house straight out the front door. Ran from where we live at Wilthorpe straight towards Carlton, Royston, up Carlton Hill, and then onto the trail at Royston that runs straight through to Newmuller Dam. Gorgeous run, got some decent mileage, lap round Newmuller Dam, but then it's all climbing to finish, and back up from Wakefield back home to Mapplewell, and then down through Darton. Enjoyed it. 20 mile run. It were about 7 minute mile pace, so time on feet. Heart rate did stay relatively low, but yeah, it was just some mileage in the legs, and concluded what has been quite a good week of training. Some nice base miles done, some decent quality speed, and a tough parkrun thrown in for good measure as well. And that's that really. So yeah, this week's training, it's 106 mile. Have I said that yet? Enjoyed it, done plenty of stuff. Did a little bit of flexibility stuff when Naomi were at work on Tuesday, I believe, Tuesday morning. But other than that, yeah. Hope you enjoyed me on my ramble on episode 4. I think we're touching low 90 days or something now to London. About 3 months away. So we're starting the specific marathon stuff very, very shortly, and building towards London as towards the back end of April. We have booked his hotel already. We booked it late last year, so yeah, we don't have to worry anything about that. But yeah, join me next week. So next week I'll be running Ferriby 10 over at Hull, at Skidby, a race that I ran last year. One of my first races back post breaking my foot. So yeah, I'll be running Ferriby 10 miler. Gorgeous race, hilly route, challenging but enjoyable. So yeah, join me next week after what will be my first 10 miler of the year, and see if I can improve on what I did at Ferriby last year. Cheers, see you later.